violent depictions of women being beaten, raped, and run over by cars. It's not the movies, it's video games.
Right. Enough of this. Just enough. You know, I've been through this with Jack Thompson, and even before then, my D&D was like being was because of cultists and demons. Just this is so stupid. First off, rape, murder, violence, all that stuff, it's in all forms of art. Here. Depictions of rape in sculpture. Right? Simple Google search. Bam! Lots and lots of classical depictions in art. Right? Just... no. The rape of Proserpina. Right? Proserpina is the daughter of Gaia, and Hades takes her away to be her wife, his wife, and here he is literally hauling her away. You know, no, I don't want to go. Literally, here's the three-headed dog, Cerberus, and here's her ass. So you know, whatever. Depictions of rape in art. Why not that? Yeah. Okay. Well, here we have lots of oil paintings and other things, like, you know, more contemporary forms of art and more and ancient forms of art. I mean, here we have a Greek fucking pot. Okay. Depiction of rape in movies. Yeah. Well, here's an IMDb article for those who want to avoid rapey movies. You know, Irreversible, Happiness, American Me, oh yeah, Cape Fear, oh yeah, Deliverance, the squeal like a pig, kids. Just it drives me crazy. You've done absolutely no work at all. And that's just the tip of the whole iceberg on this little piece of crap that you have now 25,716 downvotes and 915 ups. But hey, you keep also deleting comments from here too. So, you know, good on you, ABC News, and your little Mickey Mouse operation. Because, you know, they are literally owned by Disney. So, yeah. It's not for lack of budget. No.
Escapism is big business. More than half of us are already playing games like this one, Grand Theft Auto 5. But critics say in these virtual worlds, things often take a turn toward the dark side. As a player, you can solicit a prostitute, kill her, and if that's not enough, you have the option to run her over.
The sense of violence against women being used as almost background decoration, right? As texture to make an environment gritty, more real.
So here I am in Saints Row 3, and just going to get my Crusader tank out, because, you know, realism. And oddly enough, in this sandbox game, I can choose to drive on the wrong side of the road. I could drive over this car. I could shoot this car. I just ran over some people. Because, you know, you can. Was it a man? Was it a woman? I don't know. I actually don't care. Might have been a woman driving that van. Who knows? Actually, was that a fire truck? That was a fire truck. So, you know, emergency responders. I'm extra cool today. This is something you can do in a video game that allows you to do what you want. You know? Yeah, so... I find it very interesting that you could murder a prostitute in their example, but, you know, worse yet, you could drive over her with your car. Because that's worse than murdering her? I mean, what?
I wish I had a picture of this.
There we go, just drove over a police vehicle with officers inside. Pretty sure that was the woman I just ran over right there. I want to blow up that garbage truck. There we go. Just cuz. Just cuz. This is totally something you can do in a sandbox game. The rules are your own, the consequences are your own. What you do is your decision. And that's part of the nature and fun of these kind of games. Now, Saints Row 3 and 4 and all the rest of the Saints Row theory does take a bit more of a silly take on it, and like taking it up to like 11 on the volume chart, as opposed to like Grand Theft Auto, which was the cited example. Even though they spent a lot of time trying to emulate Watch Dogs graphically.
You lost to the best.
There we go. Yeah. I think I'm being chased by police. Yeah. That's how much respect we have to have for the police. Because we don't have to. Now, is this art? Could be. Art's kind of debatable. What is art? But you know what? Am I hurting anybody? Am I likely to go and get my own tank and drive over an entire community just because I can in a video game? Well, I tell you what, there was a movie from the 70s where the guy drove through his community in his tank that he owned. He was the hero of the movie. It featured James Garner, and oddly enough, the title of the movie was Tank. Now, the more rampaging excess I do, the more the game is going to ramp up its response to me. Till eventually I'm fighting off the actual army. But, you know.
Too easy.
That's just how the game is played. Why is this important at all? Because they seem to maintain that all this violence and everything is against women, and that makes it all more gritty and real, ignoring the fact that you are constantly slaughtering men in the same games. Constantly doing the same despicable things to men. And somehow this makes it so much worse. That, you know, oh, you ran over a woman with your tank, Rob. You're obviously an evil, evil person. You're gonna do that in real life, aren't you? I hope you can see how ridiculous that idea actually is. I'm going to take on the National Guard with my own personal tank, and, you know, that's just what I'm planning on doing anytime now.
More and more developers like Tim Schafer are seeing the need for more women programmers and more girl-friendly games, like Broken Age.
I better go find that knife.
I mean, once you sat down and tried to play the game with your daughter and tried to find games where she can play a character that she identifies with, you start to feel bad about not putting that option in your own games.
Here we have Tim Schafer's Broken Age, which is still broken in that the game has never been finished.
Where is she?
It has two sides, and honestly, I've been done for a very, very, very long time now.
Or did you get eaten by a bear?
And that's not even Double Fine's only unfinished game in the last year. Yeah, here we are. Final major release 1.0 adds tutorial mode, the goal screen, many enhancements and fixes. Now, they're not going to carry on because, oddly enough, Tim has an incredible incapacity to budget anything, and so has not run out of money to be able to finish this game, despite having raised money for it in a variety of ways. So yeah, my daughter would say, where's the rest of the goddamn game? Now, after all of this, you may be thinking, hey, what about Anita Sarkeesian and Literally Who and all that Gamergate stuff that the rest of the Nightline piece talked about? And I am... Well, first off, Gamergate's been going on for about 4 months, and Anita's been going on for years. And I am well late to both of these parties. Well, I've been following along with Gamergate because I was just as outraged as anybody else to be told that we were dead as gamers, and that, you know, the whole ethics and journalism thing, I'm on board with that aspect. I'm not into harassment of women, but I don't think Gamergate's actually about that. They just want to see, you know, ethics and accountability in the journalists who actually have to report on this $21 billion industry. And I don't think that's unreasonable. But people who have put far more effort into it than I have, I'll link to them below. You can check out stuff on Anita and Gamergate there. I am just really tired of mainstream media pissing on video games as it's some kind of special form of media that all other art can get away with, but not games. And I had to throw in the bit about Tim Schafer there, because he's been pissing me off this last year with his... Double Fine was a fine company, and now they're pissing out unfinished games and then just like dumping them on the public, and that's just wrong, and it pisses me off. And of course, he's the one freaking gamer, one freaking developer they managed to get in there, in the whole damn news piece, unless you count Literally Who. Yeah, it's frustrating to see games attacked again. I mean, of course, it's, you know, you fall through a time warp, and every 10 freaking years we got this shit going on. I guess this is never going to stop, but, you know, that's part of being older, isn't it? Just having lived through all this shit over and over and over again, I guess. I'm hoping that you at least found me entertaining in my annoyance. I do thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, folks.